Hello everyone! In today's video I thought it would be good to do a reflection on how the year has gone so far. I know a lot of people are doing tag videos and best of the year so far, but I wanted to do more of a reflection of my one big goal for this year, which is reading big books. When I first conceived of this idea, I really wanted to read like 30 big books from my shelves, and maybe a few library books and a couple new books and some ebooks, so maybe a total of 50 books in 2017. Well, it's the end of July when I'm filming this, and I've read 3 big books and I'm almost done with a 4th. And remember when I said, but really I'd be happy if I read like 6 really big books, because these first books are really huge. Well, I think that will probably be pretty accurate. I've ended up reading way more library books than I anticipated, and the reading of the big books has taken a long time, and one of the obstacles has definitely been video games. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I started playing Stardew Valley. And at the time, I had not yet beat Breath of the Wild, and I still haven't beat Breath of the Wild, but that was another game that was taking up almost free time. And now Stardew Valley has taken over my life. And if you know the game, you understand why. It's just super fun. That said, I have managed to keep up with my reading goal, and I think I'm a few books ahead. And in the end, I'm really okay with only having read a handful of big books, because it does feel good having them crossed off my list and off of my shelf, and they're not just sitting there being intimidating anymore. Although there are several more big books waiting, being intimidating. And it's really not even as good as that, because 2 of the books were borrowed books that went back to family members. They were just kind of on my mental big books list, even if they don't permanently reside on my shelves. I have been enjoying reading big books, and I haven't really gotten tired of them. But now when I look at medium-sized books, I think, oh, that won't take very long. Where before, I probably thought that they did take a long time. So I'm definitely going to continue on with my goal of reading big books this year, but I've drastically reduced the number that I want to get through in the remaining months. By the end of the year, I want to have read a total of 9 official big books. And I'm almost done with my 4th. And since they are getting smaller as they go, and one of those is mostly a graphic novel, I think I might be able to pull it off. We'll see. As far as books and reading in general this year, I don't know if I have any new favorites, and I don't have really enough to mention in a best books so far video. There have been ones that I've definitely enjoyed, but when it comes to even selecting best for the entire year, I don't know if I have a ton of titles to select from. But I am as dedicated as ever to reading all the freaking books on my shelves. And I have an idea for a plan for next year, how to tackle it a little bit of a different way. But we'll talk when it comes towards the end of the year and see how I'm feeling at that point. I am thinking of reading The Brothers Karamazov in August, because Rincey Reads has selected that book for her August read-along, which she's been doing for a couple years now. Last year was War and Peace, which I did not join in on, and the year before that was Moby Dick, which I did and didn't really like all that much, but I think I will like Brothers Karamazov better because I have read Crime and Punishment, also by Dostoevsky, which I really liked. So if that's one that you've been meaning to read, perhaps August will be a good time for that. Those are really all the thoughts that I have about how 2017 has been going reading-wise. Overall, not as productive in some ways, but still have been reading a lot of books, which is just good in general for me. So let me know how your reading has been going so far this year, if you've been successful with your goals, or if your goals have changed a little bit like mine have this year. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.